This is my Blackfathom Deeps guide for the Beast Week using Hogger with 0 talents. We are taking on a level 23 dungeon with about a level 23 deck. You can see that most of my units are level 23, my Murloc Tidehunters are level 22, and obviously Hogger is level 25. So I've got a slightly higher level, and obviously Hogger is a little higher level than level 23, so that will come in useful. But the general tactics do not actually really need Hogger that much. He's kind of a useful unit, but actually the most of the work is done with your Quillbore and Harpies. As you'll find from most of my PvE content, I'm really a big fan of an Unbound tank and Harpies. So the first dungeon run that you're going to see in this video is with 0 talents whatsoever, doing an orange level dungeon, sorry, a yellow level dungeon, where it's a similar level to the deck that I'm running. I will tell you right now, if you're not running any talents, you probably won't be able to push too far past yellow. You might be orange if you try very hard and sort of run the dungeon back over and over again. But this is to show you a tactic that can work without talents. I'm then going to do a dungeon run at level 24 with talents, and you'll just see how much easier it is. And I'm also going to show you the different deck that I'm running then. So let's go straight into the video right now. Right, so doing a level 23 dungeon, the one above the max level for gold. So we've got a max gold deck. This is the level afterwards, so I'm eating an orange at the same time. We're going to take Unstable Concoction, because the 2 other relics that I had on offer were pretty garbage. You will find that this is just anecdotal evidence for me. The higher level you go in dungeons, the worse relics you get offered at the start, or like the worse relics you get offered at the start in terms of impact. Like I very rarely get offered Stranglethorn Commendation as like an early relic when I'm doing like level 23 pluses, which makes it harder to push past, because obviously there are some relics that are just really good. This tower is the most important tower you will take here. This tower is obviously good for gold and definitely you should take it if you can. But if you can only take one of the 2 towers, we always go for this tower over here. The reason being is it controls this Murloc population, which stops them getting to your bases quickly. It also means it's the best way to launch attacks. You only have to deal with these. You really only have to deal with these Murlocs over here. This is a bit more tricky, and really you have to deal with both sets of Murlocs going through this way. So this tower is good for this gold mine, pretty much the only thing, and it's also good for defending your base. So definitely would take it if you can, but if you can only take one tower, we take this one over here. Always get Inspired Parchment and Strangle, the other one, what's it called? What's the one I'm looking for here, guys? I'll remember it in a minute. I always get Inspired Parchment and Unstable Concoction. There we go, sorry. Took me about 20 seconds to get my words out. Right, we've got that first one down. Let's see if we can take out these guys, maybe even put a bit of pressure on. That's nice. Really nice. Can we take this guy out as well? It's going to be interesting. That's going to allow my kobold to get in here. Kill him? We're not going to kill him. Never mind. Okay, so we're going to drop him. Drop Hogger again. We will now need to do this. Unfortunately, we are so close to losing this. We're going to have to take it. Actually, to be honest with you, getting a reset here is probably okay. Where have I dropped that? That's good. That's gone the right way. We're going to drop this because it will charge in and hopefully deal with the problem here. I'm going to do this guy up here, although it's not the best positioning, if I'm honest with you. But actually, if I drop a safe pilot here, it will deal. Oh no, actually, that's annoying. I didn't think that I would lose out there, but I am. Okay. Right, we've taken that back again, which is good. Just need it to actually do something. I might drop a long-range Pyromancer to get this chest. Got that chest. Right, very unfortunately, we do actually need to take these guys out before we can go any further here. So, we'll do that. What we're going to do is now do this. And we'll also drop the Hogger. And we really now want to get... Oh, yeah, that's nice. This is good. Perfect timing. Oh, he's just done something spicy. I don't know what he's done, but we're getting some damage down, which is the most important thing. Get a lot of damage down with the Harpies, which is kind of how you're supposed to cheese this. Might be enough. Oh, it's enough. Beautiful. Kind of good push with the Harpies, and that has done the job for us. So, That's the way I generally tend to tackle this. The middle tower, the left-hand tower is less important to me. The right-hand tower is where I launch all of my attacks from. And then it's just about using our Quillbore with our Harpies. Again, a little bit of unbound tanking. The reason I run Quillbore rather than Earth Elemental is because a lot of this dungeon is elemental damage. So, Primal Air, Spirit Feather, Bloodshot Greaves. Well, we're playing a cycle deck, so we're never going to have that. Primal Air seems the most important. This is less important because we don't have that many squad minis that are going to have a huge impact. I mean, Harpies are good, but really not the most important thing in the world. So this level is where your Blackrock Pyromancer comes into use. I'm sorry, I didn't actually talk through the tactics in the first level. I will go back and talk the tactics in the first level in a minute. I'll talk the tactics on this level as best I can. If you're running talents, for goodness sake, I'm going to have to do a 10-minute break, for God's sake. Blizzard! Right, 10 minutes has now passed. We can get on to this boss. So this is... Okay, I will remember to do the tactics on this one. It's a little easier. In a way, you have to be a lot more defensive-minded. And I think also one of the big issues with this particular map is that taking towers is quite important, and towers are difficult to take. This is specifically why I included Harpies in this particular deck, even though they're very good and are pretty key to winning both bosses. Harpies are very good for this level. So primary target needs to be this tower. This tower is the first immediate threat to your base. If you can, we take this tower on the left as well. This tower is not important, but if you're doing really well, it can help solidify your win. The reason we want this tower and this tower is because it provides access to 2 gold mines. Obviously, this tower would be good as well, but that's the closest to the final boss spawn point. This tower first, this tower second, and then essentially you just want to do the age-old tactic of getting things like Harpies towards the boss to get it cleaned up. There's going to be usually a lot of stuff spawned here like gargoyles, so I'm hoping I've got Blackrock Pyromancer in my opening hand. You know what? I'm going to change up my tactics just a little bit here, because I think we might be able to get away with taking this tower, because he hasn't spawned a huge amount. Okay, now he has. Actually, we've got away with this really nicely. That is fantastic. I'm going to Hogger straight away. And this is where Blackrock Pyromancer comes in useful. I'm going to drop these guys as well. I'm going to drop this here, just mainly because I don't want to lose... Oh, no, we're going to lose a lot of the gold there. That's fine. I've just done that awkwardly. I'm going to do this. 2, 3. This is fine. This is still fine. Nice. Okay. We're going to drop Hogger here. I'm actually going to drop Blackrock Pyromancer here because I don't want to lose this tower. I think I will lose this tower, but that's fine. I should take it back with Blackrock Pyromancer for the time being. This looks like a good opportunity to use Safe Pilot. I'm going to drop a couple of these guys as well. Okay, so that's gone really well. Blackrock Pyromancer should do the job again. Okay, so now we can do this. We can drop a Kobold over here. And now we get the Harpies onto the boss. Nice. Blackrock Pyromancer is doing some serious work. One of the MVP units of this level in particular. And I'm actually going to drop Hogger because I want to make sure I can get this. You know what? With one more hit, we should win this anyway. Really well. Gone really, really well. Fantastic. Hogger, despite being my highest level, did practically nothing on this level. Really didn't do much at all. This is all about the Harpies and the Quillbore. And we have smooth sailing our way through the second boss, which was, I think, significantly easier. And I think Blackrock Pyromancer having the shock ability as well super helped. Final relic choice. Dark Moon Prize Wheel. Minis costing 3 gold or less, cost 1 more. Band of the Protector. Yeah, I think Band of the Protector. We've got 3 tanks in our deck. That makes it significantly cheaper to run things through on the cycle, and should make this particular level a little easier. Now, I will talk to you about the tactics of this level, because there are two ways of approaching it. It depends on kind of the opening mini hand and kind of how you want to do it. I personally find trying to go for this head and then trying to take this tower the best, because then that gives you immediate setup and protection. You kind of want to go for this one in conjunction with this one, but it really depends what you open up with. You want to safe pilot these three here, and then you kind of want to drop something like, again, Harpies Quillbore combo or Hogger Harpies, something like that. This is a little harder to take because it does a bit of AoE damage, but we'll see what we've got. And then eventually, obviously, you send everything down there. The waterfall opens. Do not send... I'm just going to... I will... Once I start, I will switch that. Do not send things to the waterfall before you have taken out this head. Otherwise, they will just die. So... Okay, yeah, there's safe pilot. We're going to immediately drop Hogger. Could have maybe got a slightly better situation off there, but I'm going to drop the Harpies. We're also going to drop Wolf. So this should be a quick take on this head. And maybe, to be honest, I maybe even overcommitted a little bit here. I'm going to drop the Quillbore behind. The reason I'm going to do that is because I would like to take this tower as a priority. A little bit awkward, actually. That didn't work out 100% the way I wanted it to. So we're going to drop a couple of these guys. Then we're going to drop Hogger as well. We're going to get Hogger cycling. We've got these little dudes that should deal with the Harpies, but that's actually not that good for me. I'm going to do this again. And do this. I just really want to take this tower as a priority because it means we can open up that... Oh, they are making this very hard to take. Okay, so that was a good safe pilot. We're going to drop this here. It should be good enough now to drop the kobold, and now we have got this tower under control. We're going to drop Hogger now. Hopefully get Harpies down as well. Yeah, so there's the very difficult slimes. We have that tower now, so that is going to give us a base to operate from. Harpies should go in, and the poison should do us some work. This is the level that Hogger does come into his own just a little bit. I'm going to drop Blackrock Pyromancer in defense here, otherwise I think I could end up losing this tower. I'm actually going to drop the Wolf in defense. And actually even drop Hogger. So we are going to want to obviously switch this over now. What I am going to do is now drop this. And we kind of want him to use that chain lightning attack first. And then we want to get these guys on the go. So obviously Quillbore is going to tank that chain lightning attack for a while. This is resistant. I'm actually going to have to use... safe pilot, I think, to just... Oh, that was a terrible safe pilot, but doesn't quite matter. We got the job done. Again, another good Blackrock Pyromancer in defense opportunity, which is just going to blow things up. We have another spawn of money. And now we're going to drop Hogger. Might be around the time that this chest respawns, which would be really nice. Do this. Hogger's going to town. So this is where, obviously, my high-level Hogger is definitely going to help out. I'm going to drop safe pilot. Okay, we are. We're going to do another Blackrock Pyromancer in defense here. What I'm actually going to do is go this way. I'm also going to drop a Hogger going this way too. I'm going to drop a... Need to get some more gold. We'll do this. I'll be nearly done. Yes, 1 second. Sorry, we're having tonight has been difficult for my son. He's been a bit upset, so we're just making sure he's okay. I'm going to finish this and go up and have a look. Go up and have a little chat to him. Right, so we're going to drop this. I need to try and cycle to Quillbore, which is this one. My Harpies have taken a hit. This is going to have to be a massive defensive Pyromancer. I'm also going to drop another Hogger this side. We'll try and drop a safe pilot. Also going to drop a Quillbore to tank this. I'm just going to keep playing stuff at this point. We have to. Another Hogger. Now it's a case of just dropping a safe pilot and getting this done. Get it done. That is how you do it. That is how you beat this level with no talents. I did it with 0 talents at level 23. Admittedly, my Hogger was slightly higher. But yeah, very, very, I think a relatively good, I think a well-balanced dungeon. I think it's quite a difficult dungeon. I think the first level is actually the hardest. And I think then second and third levels are a little easier. But that is how you tackle this dungeon as a deck with no talents. And I think personally is my favorite way of kind of tackling the no talent deck here. And there you go. To be honest with you, my talented mini deck runs very similarly. The only thing I do is I swap my safe pilot over and add in well pegs. The reason I add in well pegs is it makes the first level a lot easier. And actually well pegs can do something very similar to Blackrock Pyromancer in terms of protecting. So we're going to jump straight into the next level dungeon, which is level 24. We've got Gauntlets of Determination and Stubble Concoction in Ages of Primal Rage. Interesting. These are actually much better than the relics I get offered on my untalented run. Gauntlets of Determination is very strong for a Cycle Hogger deck, so we're going to run that. Which you'll find actually when the PvP modifier comes back that allows you to level up heroes or leaders every time you play them. You'll find that Hogger will come back into the meta in a big way. I'm just cleaning up my office while I do this. Sorry, guys. I only just got back home. We actually went this weekend to Lapland. Right. Since I didn't explain the tactics properly on the first time round, I'll do it again. This tower is the most important tower you will take here. This tower is obviously good for gold and definitely you should take it if you can. But if you can only take one of the 2 towers, we always go for this tower over here. The reason being is it controls this Murloc population, which stops them getting to your bases quickly. It also means it's the best way to launch attacks. You only have to deal with these. You really only have to deal with these Murlocs over here. This is a bit more tricky, and really you have to deal with both sets of Murlocs going through this way. So this tower is good for this gold mine, pretty much the only thing, and it's also good for defending your base. So definitely would take it if you can, but if you can only take one tower, we take this one over here. So I'm going to drop Hogger straight away. I'm also going to drop these guys. And then we are going to just drop a safe pilot on these Murlocs' heads. Boom. Right, so see Hogger going this way. There's 2 things being spawned over this side, so what we're going to do is drop well pegs on top of these guys' heads, which will help us deal with them quite nicely. Got another Hogger actually that we can drop, which is really good. So I'm going to drop a Quillbore up here, and that will distract all of them just for a little bit to hopefully get my harpies in. You're gonna have to do some work. Right, so we have some spawns, which we've taken these. Oh, we haven't actually taken all of these guys out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn safe pilot on its head, because I want to make sure that I'm able to get those. I'm going to spawn my little Murlocs. Unfortunately, we have to drop Hogger here. I'm going to drop this to deal with him. Hogger's now level 27 because he's leveled up so much. I'm going to drop my own Prowler to deal with this Prowler. I'm going to drop well pegs over here as well. So well pegs actually really help. And I'll show you where they help in just a second. I'm actually going to drop my harpies here for this time because I do need to take out these minis. There's loads of earth elementals getting spewed at my base. I'm going to drop a Quillbore behind. We are once again going to drop Murloc Tide Hunters. Kind of annoyingly, we're going to have to do something. Yes, that's the unfortunate thing about this. We have to spawn a well peg. So a safe pilot here. Right, so we've taken these down now for the time being. I'm going to drop well pegs over here to protect. I'm going to drop. Well, I'll drop Prowler first. I don't want my Kobold getting stuck on that chest forever. We need to get this tower back if I can help it. I'm going to spawn another Hogger. It's much easier to go for the boss on this side, so that's why I don't want to waste too much time going over the other side. So we're protected at least for another moment, and we have our Hogger going past now. And this is where we are now going to strike, if I can. I've done this completely wrong. But I have got Hogger going in. We can drop well pegs behind. Well pegs can be a bit cheesy in this scenario. I'm going to drop her. Yeah, there we go. So well pegs can help cheese bosses get the last bit down. Right. You'll find that the next level is a lot easier as well. The only thing that we don't have is a super easy one, because, well, so obviously Blackrock Pyromancer was super useful on the untalented run for dealing with the if you give me 1 second. Blackrock Pyromancer was super useful for the first run for dealing with gargoyles, but because we now have harpies with poison, and harpies in general are quite good at dealing with gargoyles, they'll shred the gargoyles really quickly. So that's why we're not that bothered about losing Blackrock Pyromancer, because harpies with poison will shred the gargoyles no matter what. Right, similar tactics to the first time round. I'm not going to repeat them again. This time I don't exactly have the best options in terms of taking towers. So we're just going to do this. What I might end up doing is actually just dropping a safe pilot. Probably, I'm going to drop a safe pilot here. What we are going to do is actually drop well pegs, and also these guys, just to distract. So we're going to drop the harpies. We have actually kind of messed this up, guys. Yeah, we messed this up. We're going to have to go again. We did not have a very good opening hand, so we kind of committed way too much, and I really should have used that safe pilot on the group of minis near the tower rather than trying to take out a single Bat Rider, which is just really silly of me. Right, fight again. Let's see if we can do that a bit better this time round. The vultures do make it sometimes a little harder. That's why you safe pilot on the gargoyle, then drop the harpies. I just didn't do that very well, if I'm honest with you. Okay, let's see if we get a slightly better opening hand here. Yeah, we've got a better opening hand, so we're going to drop Hogger. This time around, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to drop Cruel Bore, and you'll see I'll very quickly take this tower with the harpies. It will get... Oh, that didn't actually work out too great, but we have taken... Yeah, okay, that's good. So the well pegs can spawn immediately, by the way, if you drop them on the poison. So that worked out all right in that scenario. Don't really care about Bat Rider too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this over here. Okay, so here we go. This is where harpies will come in useful. They will deal with this super quickly. That will die, which is good. Ooh, interesting. I'm actually going to have to drop the safe pilot on this guy's head. Actually, no, I won't, but never mind. Okay, that's good. I'm going to drop Hogger again. Also going to drop this guy. Okay, we're doing a lot of damage. Right, so once the Drake is down, that's when we can be a bit more aggressive. I'm going to drop him over there. I'm going to drop Hogger. With the Drake down, that's probably not going to spawn again anytime soon. And so we're just going to drop our harpies on the boss. Exactly what we wanted. Going to drop our well pegs just right behind, so they'll immediately spawn and blow up at the same time. Doesn't matter, he's already dead. Played that one a lot better. Again, had a slightly better opening hand as well. Sometimes you just get a really bad opening hand in these levels, and I got a very bad opening hand on that level. Right, Windrunner Shroud. I think we just take the stealth. The reason we take the stealth is because it's very good with harpies, to delivering them right to the boss without getting into any trouble, most of the time anyway. Deliver them right to the boss, or right to a range mini, something like that. Just helps you kind of at least land more damage consistently with these guys. It also means that the well pegs, when they spawn, will absolutely guarantee a hit out of their little dragons. Similar tactics again. Kind of go for this side if I can. Drop the actually very similar to the way that we played the last game. So I'm going to drop these guys. Got a slow hogger to begin with. Might have to spawn a quill ball, which we're going to. So we've got the poison talent, obviously, which is working out quite well. Oh, but he's taking a while. I'm going to drop. I'm actually not going to overcommit in this scenario. We've taken out one of them, which is good. I'm going to drop the well pegs on top of their heads. That should clear out the majority of this. I'm going to drop a prowler for the time being, which should charge in. Wonder if the AoE damage is going to do much here. Okay, this is a bit annoying, but we'll drop a hogger. Okay, good. Good. Nice. Okay, so we've taken that tower, taken it a bit earlier than we did last time. Hogger doing the work. As soon as Hogger jumps over here, gets in range of a shot, I'm going to drop my harpies. I'm also going to drop my kobold now. Another one should spawn relatively soon. I'm actually going to drop a quillbore over here just to make it slightly more likely that we take this out. I'm actually going to drop another Hogger. Switch it over this way. So these guys, I don't want them getting onto my... I'm going to drop this dude. And I'm also going to drop my harpies, which should be relatively quick and simple. Annoyingly, they have... Right, there we go. So that'll open this up. I'm going to drop that there. Ideally, I just want to drop these here. Yeah, so you see, we've going to deal a lot of damage to this one. Going to drop another Hogger. Cycle the Hogger. Oh, so I put him all the way back. That's my bad. It looks like we should get a lot of damage off anyway. Send that guy that way. I just want to pick up the chest. Yeah, we've basically done the whole thing. So I'm going to drop there. I'm going to drop the harpies. I've got a level 28 Hogger because I've got that ridiculous talent. And then I'm also just going to spawn well pegs on top of his head. I think I might have spawned them off the map, which didn't work out too well. But anyway, he's dead. You can see how much easier this is with pallets. I barely struggled apart from misplaying the second map. But with talents, you can easily beat way above your level. I could probably even keep going. That felt quite comfortable, honestly. But there you go. That is the two sets of levels. Hopefully, the instructions and sort of the tactics made sense. Relying a lot on harpies, obviously, but another 150 gold. It's a bit annoying that the gold actually doesn't scale with the higher level that you go. Because I think I'm just going to get 150 gold each time now. The only one I've got to actually do is Chalga, who's still level 22, but I'll do her tomorrow. And that is everything that you need to know about this dungeon.